everybody, and welcome on today's video. Today spring is in the air, and it is time to do something about this fusion project with field maples. What I'm going to do today is get him out of the pot and get him into a good soil and have a look at the root spread. So in my opinion, a good tapered tree is of course very important, and it's only a part of what a good bonsai should be. So I removed this tree in the fall from its big container in order to work on it a little more easy. You might remember it from previous videos, but when I look at the tree, I think well, the tapering is okay. The trees are alive and already starting to grow. You can see some leaves already here, and all the buds are swelling nicely. So this seems okay. And I thought this could be a nice front. But if I look at the root base, I just think it's not spread well enough, and I am not really sure that all the trees are well positioned in the soil. So I'm going to get it out of the pot now and see what we can do about that. All these trees are of course little seedlings, and there was never a root prune, so they all have the big taper roots still included, and it's time to do something about that. Of course, this pot is filled with roots now. Okay, that's what we have. So let's have a look at the roots now and just clean this up a little. So I am now slowly removing all the earth and checking if all the trees are still alive. I already removed a little dead one, and trying to untangle all these roots in order to give them a good root prune, one at a time. And get rid of the big taper roots, like you see here. This one is a big root spreading in little small roots, which I'm going to keep, so probably this will come off, but surely this will come off. All the soil has been removed now, and as you can see, well, the trees here are quite healthy, and that's okay. You can also see the wooden structure here. And some of the synthetic raffia came loose, but I will have to tied it again. That's not a big problem. The problems we have now is that some of these roots, some of these entire little trees, I must say, are just growing in the wrong direction. For example, this root is growing to the middle, so that's not good. I will have to wire these trees in a pot with different holes in it, like the one I prepared here, in order to be sure that I can fix the tree with a nice root spread. But first I'm going to ensure that these wires, that these roots are going in a well spreaded manner. So I'm going to tie them one together with another with just a little piece of electrical copper wire. This one is going in the right direction. So I'm just going to fix it like this. And I'm not going to get a lot of pressure on it. And I'm going to fix it to that one. And this one I'm going to fix to this one, and so on, and I'm going to work my way around. So the roots are now fixed with copper wires, not too tight. There might be some growing in, but that's not a big problem. So now I'm going to have a look at one root at a time and see what I can get rid of. For example, this root is an interesting one. This is an excellent root, and well, if I follow the root line, I see that I have big roots emerging to this side, which is of course something I do not want at all. And maybe I can just keep this one and remove the lower parts. Like so. So you see, this is the growth of last year, and well, you should not do that with a pine tree, but with a field maple this is absolutely possible. And so that's what I'm going to do now, remove all the unnecessary and too thick parts of this root system. Not going to cut any small roots, just the bigger tips and no feeder roots at all. So the trees are now nicely spreaded, well, the roots are, and one thing I'm going to do before I put it back in the pot is to take a sharp tool and make some incisions at the inside to be sure that I have some new root forming at the upper part of the root system, and this way I can control if all these trees that I'm putting back in are well alive. So I prepared a pot with wires, 3 wires to fix the tree in, and first I'm going to have a look if this could turn out right. So I think it does. Of course I will have to spread these roots as good as I can and open up the whole root system. And I'm going to add a little layer. This year I'm going to use lava rock, and this is pure lava rock, the thick one. I made a little mix, so going to use that as a ground layer, and this is the same lava mixed with a little turfus. I always like a little organic in the soil mix. Last year I used BIMS, it was very good. good water retention and also good drainage, but Bim's is, well, it is white and it's terribly ugly, so going to try something else this year. Okay, so I'm going to put the tree in the pots now, and now I will have to tie these wires down so that they give some pressure to the roots to flatten it all. And this is something that could take a while. Because I want the roots to be nicely in the position that I want them, because I'm not going to do this every year. The root base should become fixed this year, because if you wait too long, it is impossible to work the roots. And you should always work the roots when you are working on your tree. Because a ugly root base will be a big ugly root base in 10 years and never a good one. So this is not just fixing the tree in the pot now, it is really giving a position to the roots. I'm pushing it really hard and flat. So this is already good, but not good enough. I want a very good root spread, because, well, this is the last time I'm going to do this. So this root is not good. I needed more in the middle here, so I'm going to do that with a piece of wire. Just trying to put it here, like so. Give it a little space. Now, if you're wounding the trees in this process, it's not really a big deal, and I would say right the contrary, because every little wound you make is a potential new place for new roots to emerge. So this is much better. This is not bad. I like it a little more to that side, so I can work with the wires I used. This root is a little bit of a problem, but I can put it a little more this way. This is okay. This is good. Comes from far away. So, trying to untangle them. If you can untangle the roots, just do it. So adding some soil and then gently putting it in the hole. And I'll come back to you when the soil is in the pot. So the tree is technically potted up, but as you see I have 2 centimeters below. I'm 2 centimeters below the lip now, and this is what I needed for this project. So now I'm going to give the tree a good wash, and we'll see in a couple of seconds. So this is what we have at the moment. It is not bad at all as a root base. I kind of like this as a front, and well, that's quite good news, because that's how the entire tree is having an interesting curve. So I'm going to mark this anyway, but I'm still not completely happy with the results, because at some points the root base can still be improved, and that's what I'm going to do now by just wiggling the roots and blocking them with some soil, which is absolutely possible to do. Just pressing in some fresh soil where I want it. Just a little at the time. Quite time consuming, but if it's done well, the result will be much more interesting in the future. This root could come a little forward, so I'm going to do that. Here I have a gap, but I have a little idea to fix this. So, up to the next work. So when I was working on the roots a few moments ago, this synthetic raffia became loose, and I'm going to constrict this part with a... I have no clue how you call this thing, but yeah, you know what it is. And then cut the raffia below it. Okay, so we have now the base of the tree that is showing, and because I feel that it's gonna need a lot of swelling, and there are a few things that I don't like see this one, I think this is just a dead tree, so it would be better to get rid of that. And I don't think that fusion is going to happen this year without helping nature a little. So what I'm going to do is grab my scissors here and wound the trees like so, and I'm going to do that for every tree. So every tree is wounded now, and of course the callousing will make the trees swell and make them touch each other, but I want to do a little more than that. I'm going to add some soil. And then put a piece of plastic bottle over it and fix this with some power tape. Like that. And fill the whole pot now. Now the purpose of this is that the soil will stay between the holes. Where the tree is wounded, there will be new roots that will fill the holes between the trees as well. So this is what I want to do this year. And if I have a lot of new roots there, I can tie them up next year and they will become a part of the trunk. And now some extra soil in the pot. And if this goes according to plan, well, next year this tree could go in a more suitable and shallow container. So I'm going to give it a good wash now. And then maybe add a little more soil if it is necessary. So that's it for today. I think we did some important work on the root structure today, which is, I must say it again, really important. You will never have a good tree if you don't have a good root base. So always work the roots when you can. And this is the possible front for this tree. It's nicely tight at all places. Where there are little holes like here, it's really amazing. The tree is putting out buds here and here where there are holes. So that makes me think that these parts are going to swell quite fast, and fusion will take place this year. This is something I'm quite sure of. So we keep an eye on this. In the meantime, thank you for watching and see you next time.